Oman is not the kind of place that tries to impress you with noise. It is the kind of place that impresses you with silence. A silence that is not empty, but full. A silence that does not feel lonely, but alive. The moment you step into Oman, it feels like the land itself is breathing, slowly, patiently, as if waiting for you to match its pace. In a world that rushes, Oman pauses. In a world that shouts, Oman whispers. Muscat, the capital, welcomes you not like a host, but like a home. White buildings shimmer like seashells pulled from the ocean. Curved doorways and gentle arches reflect a grace that refuses to fade with time. The call to prayer glides across rooftops, a sound that feels less like a religious announcement and more like a reminder to breathe. Here, faith and life do not compete. They coexist. The sea runs beside the city like a companion. Waves move with a rhythm that feels ancient, like they have seen every sunrise and will see every sunset. Early in the morning, fishermen are already at the shore. Their boats are not props for tourists. They are lifelines. Their hands know the ropes by memory, not by instruction. Their work is not a performance. It is a continuation of generations. And watching them, you understand something. Tradition is not an obligation here. It is identity. Drive along the Mutra Corniche and the world feels slower. Older men in white robes sit together, not because they have nothing to do, but because sitting together matters. They talk sometimes, and sometimes they don't. Conversation is optional. Presence is enough. The sea wind carries the smell of salt and stories. You don't need to understand Arabic to understand the feeling. Peace has a universal language. Mutra Souk feels like entering a memory. Lanterns glow like stars trapped inside glass. Brass teapots, beaded jewelry, embroidered fabrics. Each item looks like it was made with purpose, not speed. The air smells like frankincense, smoky and sweet, as if centuries of trade routes are still drifting through the corridors. You pick up a khanjar, a curved dagger, and realize it is not meant for harm. It is meant for history. It is not a weapon. It is a symbol of honor, of heritage, of holding on. Leaving Muscat, the land shifts. Mountains rise like pages of a stone book, each ridge a line, each shadow a paragraph. The highway moves between cliffs and coastline, as if the road itself is undecided which side of beauty to belong to. Villages appear like quiet thoughts, small, humble, human. The roads are lined with acacia and date palms, their shadows moving slowly as if respecting the sun's path. Occasional forts perch atop hills, reminding travelers that Oman's history is not distant. It is layered into the very ground beneath their tires. And then the desert arrives. Wahiba Sands looks like an ocean made of gold. Dunes rise and fall like waves frozen mid-motion. The wind reshapes the land every day, like an artist erasing and redrawing the world. In the desert, your heartbeat feels louder. Your breath feels slower. Your thoughts become clearer. Because here, there is nothing to distract you from yourself. The desert is a mirror that does not judge. It simply reflects. The sand itself is warm beneath your feet, and when the sun begins to set, it glows like molten metal. Shadows stretch for miles, and every ripple in the sand tells a story written by wind. The Bedouins welcome you with tea that tastes like warmth and intention. They speak without urgency. They smile without effort. Their homes are woven from fabric and memory. Their stories sound like campfire flames cracking. At night, the stars are unbelievable. Not scattered. Arranged. Like a map placed above you with purpose. The longer you stare, the more you realize why stories were born from the sky. You learn to read the sky like a book of wisdom. Constellations mark time, the moon guides your thoughts, and every breeze carries secrets older than humanity. Morning comes quietly. The cold desert air warms slowly. Camels move like creatures made of patience. Their footsteps leave patterns in the sand like handwriting. And as you leave, you don't say goodbye to the desert. You carry it. In the silence behind your thoughts. Even the sunrise feels different here, painting everything in shades of orange and crimson, turning ordinary moments into something sacred. Farther inland is Nizwa, a city guarded by time. The fort stands like a reminder that strength does not always roar. Sometimes strength stands still. Thick walls, a circular tower, hidden passageways, not designed for dominance, but for defense, for responsibility. Outside, the Nizwa market is alive with color. Clay pots shaped by hand. Jewelry polished until it sparkles like stories made visible. Dates sweet enough to taste memory. The air is scented with spices, roasting coffee beans, and the earthiness of local crafts. Walking through the market, you feel the pulse of history beneath your feet. Continue upward, and the mountains call. Jebel Akhdar, the green mountain. The air cools. The colors change. Terraces of farmland descend like steps carved for the sky. Roses grow here, bright and delicate. Their scent moves with the wind like prayer. Rose water is made drop by drop, not rushed, not industrialized. It isn't just a product. It is patience made liquid. Villages cling to the cliffs, their stone houses and terraced fields appearing almost impossibly balanced. Water flows from ancient Falai systems, a network of irrigation channels older than most modern countries, bringing life to the mountains in precise harmony. Villages sit on cliffs like secrets the world forgot to take. Stone houses, wooden doors, laundry drying in sunlight. Children run on paths that would terrify city hearts, but here they are playgrounds. Life is slower not because it is behind, but because it is intentional. People here have something modern life loses. Enough. They smile without expecting anything, their eyes reflecting the mountain's calm. Elders speak softly, their voices carrying wisdom in every pause. And then, in the south, Salalah rewrites everything you think you know. A desert that turns green like a miracle. Fog drapes the mountains, thick like silk. Waterfalls cut through cliffs like veins of motion. Cows and camels graze in fields that look like postcards. Here the world feels reversed. Dry land becomes lush. Heat becomes cool. Brown becomes green. The air is thick with humidity, but it carries a perfume of tropical flowers and incense trees. The Kharif season transforms the landscape into a living painting, rivers flowing where sand once ruled. Walk through Wadi Darbat and it feels like nature is speaking a different dialect. The sound of water hitting rock is like punctuation. The wind through trees is like emphasis. Every sense feels awake. Every breath feels earned. Salalah is not dramatic. It is gentle. Its beauty does not shout. It settles. This is where Omani coffee is served in small homes to visiting neighbors, where stories of old kings and explorers are shared under the shade of ancient trees, and where the past and present coexist seamlessly. Oman is not only landscapes. Oman is people. People who greet strangers like guests and guests like friends. People whose hospitality is not marketing, it is muscle memory. People who understand that respect is not posture, it is practice. In coffee houses, men pour kahwa, spiced coffee, into tiny cups. Not to caffeinate you, but to welcome you. Dates are placed before you not as a snack, but as an invitation. Conversations unfold like stories being unwrapped. You do not have to speak the language to understand the meaning. Warmth does not require translation. Beyond what is seen, Oman is a country of hidden journeys. Every road leads to a new surprise. A hidden wadi, a cliff that opens to the ocean, a quiet village where life has not changed in decades. Even the wind seems to carry stories, of traders who passed centuries ago, of explorers who paused and left their footprints, of ancestors who built forts, wells, and pathways with nothing but stone and faith. Walking these paths, you feel connected to history without reading a single line. Every bend in a road feels intentional, every shadow a reminder of what came before. Oman is not a trip. Oman is a return. A return to calm. A return to humanity. A return to yourself. A return to the kind of quiet that speaks louder than words. A return to space where life is simple, intention matters, and every step is witnessed by mountains older than empires. Oman does not belong to maps. It belongs to those who carry it in memory. Those who breathe it in. Those who leave part of themselves behind on its roads, dunes, and shores. Oman is a gift you take with you, not as a possession, but as a transformation. Thanks very much to watch complete video. We will see you in next video. Bye.